The opening weekend of the CDL is over. Welcome to Breaking Point's top 10 plays of the Atlanta home series, brought to you by Draft Buff. If you haven't already, get involved with their Draft Royales, now available to join completely for free, link down below. Here are 10 plays from some of the best fantasy performers of the weekend. Starting at number 10 is HECZ, pocketing 97.6 Draft Buff fantasy points from the weekend. An arguably underrated force of 2020, HECZ showed he can slay with the best of them on Crossroads Hardpoint against the Seattle Surge. Dropping 35 kills in map number 1 with over a 2 KD to boot, HECZ was a walking highlight reel, popping 3 pieces and 5 kill sprees all over the park. Next up, the Iceman accuracy. Posting 75.3 points, he captained Rocker to a fantastic bounce-back victory against reigning champions Dallas Empire. Coming down to Garrison Search and Destroy, accuracy positioned himself perfectly, round after round, dropping 3 members of Dallas on their way to a Game 5 triumph. A deserving 8th place for Formal, who accrued 71.4 points. In their first matchup of the regular season against Paris Legion, Formal turned on the burners with the XM4. As production went to a listen-in, Formal shredded the opposition, as OpTic broke into the basketball court and looked to extend their advantage at P5. 7th place belongs to Kenny, securing 91.9 points in his matches. As Los Angeles Thieves sought to continue their hot start from day 1 against Minnesota, they met Clayster's rapidly improving New York Subliners squad. After some replay shenanigans, New York took commanding hold of Moscow Hardpoint, but a masterclass from Kenny turned the tides of the battle. Arriving at number 6 is Parasite, earning 72.6 draft buff points. Raid, Search and Destroy is a familiar map for Hagi, first introduced in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 where Parasite won the World Championship. Back in the league on London Royal Ravens, it seems he hasn't lost his touch in and around Laundry, running rings around Seattle Surge to secure the ace. Breaking into our top 5 is Apathy, with 62.1 points. As Los Angeles Guerrillas and Paris Legion entered this series with a 0-1 record, Apathy would need to recapture his Kickoff Classic form if his team was to rack up a much-needed victory. He was on fire on Crossroads Hardpoint, lighting up Paris on a crucial 10 spree to their series triumph. At number 4, Alex, putting up 72.1 points. As 240Hz Gunless was running rampant, London needed a moment of inspiration to bounce back on Checkmate Search and Destroy. After trading out Pristini, Alex beamed Gunless and outplayed Looney to secure the second 1v3 of the regular season. Stay tuned for the first. Shotzi earned his place at number 3, boasting 80.4 points. As the reigning world champions looked to start the season in style against Seattle Surge, Seattle found themselves with a 2 vs 1 advantage in a must-win round of Miami Search and Destroy. Unfortunately, Shotzi was the man alive for the Empire, dispatching of Octane before turning and burning on Looney to extend their advantage. Cementing their spot at number 2 is Abizi, landing 79.3 draft buff points. With OpTic Chicago up 2-1 against Atlanta FaZe in the blockbuster match of the weekend, a clean rotation to P4 was essential for FaZe to pull off the comeback. Crushing all game with the 74U, Abizi picked the opportune moment to pick up a Krig, decimating OpTic to lock in the comeback in a series they went on to win in Game 5. Coming in at number 1 is Kenny once again. Following his 3-piece to help secure map 1 against New York, Kenny would be called on again in Miami Search and Destroy. Dropping 16 kills and almost 3,300 damage over the map, with many highlight moments, it was his ace 1v3 in round 2 that stands out. Dropping Clayster and trading out a seam, Mac found himself in no man's land as Kenny played it to perfection.
Maybe get some good timing, and he does. Well, he spotted Diamond earlier, so he's just going to take his time.
And that's a nice win. Nice tracking, like hip fire hitting. You know, you got an AR at point blank. Not always the easiest situation, but he wins the gunfight. Now can Kenny come up? He had the triple to close out the map 1. He's able to get the plant off. Now 1-on-1 versus Diamond. Diamond with a lot to prove. Only thing he proves is that he's in Kenny's line of sight. Kenny with the 1v2